Hello, everybody, and hello, Dale.
Hi, everyone. Hi, guys. How are you?
So, as you know, this
Am I in frame?
You're not, but this is.
That's what I meant.
This is At Home starring Nicola and Chris Fisher, RPT. And this week, our guest is Maple Tree Studios, and it's episode 28. So welcome, Dale. Thank you so much for being with us.
Much for letting me. Come on, guys. It's been great.
Let's see who's on the chat. So we've got the Flaming Turner, we've got Stace Makes, Wayne the Woodturner.
Hi, guys.
T+G Making.
Evening.
Debbie Beardall, Andy Pugh, Clive Farrant, Christine and Michael Hesseltine.
Hello.
Steve Twydell, Leona Fay, Blue Light Turner creating shaving since 2016.
Hope you're feeling better, Scott.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's everybody on the chat. So thank you for being with us. So we're delighted to have Dale with us today, and we've been chatting. And
we've had a giggle, haven't we?
I've also got a bit of a blurb. So
don't read the blurb. Don't read the blurb.
So you sort of you do sort of 40% lathe and 50% you've been doing scroll sawing and
recently,
other stuff. So you're doing a lot of different making, and you said that you've been a builder pretty much all your life, and wood, electronics, brick, stone, metal, plastic, but it's relatively recent.
Yeah. I mean, I really kind of got into. I mean, it was one of those things when we've been building the house for like years and years and years. Like I said earlier on, it's one of those things that all we needed it's been such a project. All we needed was Kevin MacLeod to come along, kind of thing. Every Christmas, and he's scratching his chin, going, "Oh, I don't think they'll be in for Christmas," kind of thing. And we'd blown the budget more times than we can wave a stick at.
Sorry, Dale, but you're not a builder, are you? When Nicola
No, not a builder. Yeah, so maker would be the term we'd use now. Yeah. But so some of the furniture in the house, well, in fact, just about all the woodwork in the house I've done. So the flat work in the house I've done. I've kind of done that more or less all my life. And what I wanted to do was make some stools and things for the kitchen. And there's a couple of different ways you can do that. But you kind of get into the right. What I need here is a lathe. What I need here is a lathe. That's the ticket for me. So off you go down to Sittingbourne, kind of thing, and you stand there, and a nice man convinces you that this is what you want. Before you know where you are, you're 800, 900 pounds lighter, as I'm sure we've all got this story to tell at some point. And that was it. That was kind of just before Christmas last year, kind of thing, from the turning perspective, and then what you do is you've unlocked the demon. The genie's out of the bottle, and hours and hours and hours disappear, and you stop doing all those things you'd promised the boss that you would do, sort of thing. And she's getting cross. So turning was quite new.
So what is it turning that you really like?
So I mean, like I guess my so I mean I'm kind of and I mean I'm in IT. I was writing software when I was 10, and that was 40 years ago. So I kind of live in that digital world all the time. Walk it, talk it, eat it, sleep it, and I can make the bits dance to whatever tune I want them to do. But you can always undo, rewind, recut, rebuild, put it back in, try again, and muck around and keep doing it until you get it right. So there's no need to be absolutely 100% first time. But with the lathe, on the other hand, it's kind of you, the machine, the tool, and that's very intoxicating because it's like, I mean, I'm doing the whole hand gestures here. I should get a tool. No. It's kind of intoxicating because you're creating something in real time. You're creating something right there and then, and that's very, 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 very addictive. particularly after you've had 3 months of creating catastrophes, and slowly but surely stuff that you want to use and stuff that you want to keep starts to emerge. You know, not a gentleman of your caliber behind the lathe, or Steve Twydale or Wayne Clasper by any measure, but it's a lot of fun. You can pour hours into this thing. I thoroughly enjoy it.
And even though obviously, you know, we've all got modern lathes, you know, what you were just describing there almost sounded quite a primal experience. You know, it's like, you know, you've got Dale there, and he's got his cold steel in his hand. That came across to me, because the way you described it, I was thinking quite primal.
Well, shall I tell you what Steve Twydale said? He thinks he looks like Frank Spencer.
Why?
Because he's got a hat on.
It's because it's raining outside and it's cold in here, and I'm bald. That's what I've got one on. We'll have words, Mr. Twydale, when we finish.
It kind of looks a bit like a beret.
It's a flat cap backwards, mate. That's what it is. It's a flat cap backwards.
Well, that is not very primal.
No, it's a keep the sawdust off your head, keep the rain off your bald spot. That's what we're talking about here.
It did come across as you know, you're there, you've got your machine, you've got your wood, you've got your tool, and like you just did, you know, okay, you know, let's call it digital Dale.
Yeah.
You're there going beep bop 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 beep bop 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 bop.
That's you. You've noticed people are gonna remember that. I'm gonna get a piss taken out forever.
And then you go in the workshop, you've got your loincloth on, and you know,
with my hat on backwards.
So you know, your drag coefficient is improved because your hat's on backwards.
Yeah.
So you know.
Well, do you know what I think it is about making though? It's the fact that you do something and you have something at the end of it, whatever it is. I mean, I love doing stuff,
good or bad.
Yeah. You know, like you can go on these workshops, and it's like, come on this workshop and make. Like we went and made a bowl at the clay place, and you know, we might never go and do anything out of clay again. But it was the fact that we both came home, well, a couple of weeks afterwards, with the finished bowl, and it's like we made these, and I think there's something in that as well, that you know, it's creating something.
That was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Messing around, you know, in a pottery workshop, wasn't it? And you know, we did, for our first bowl, we formed it, you know, over a wooden form. But next time we'll get on the wheel. But yeah, Dale definitely did sound like he really enjoyed.
Such a difference. I mean, you kind of enjoy it when you're doing the building, but it was just watching the form emerging. You know, by that point, I tried to create a whole bunch of forms prior to that, but you know, all of a sudden you're getting it was so satisfying. You feel like a 9-year-old or a kid going into your mom and saying, "Look what I made."
It's exactly that, yeah.
You know, and then in the day job, you're talking about, you know, I mean, doing, you know, data analysis and artificial intelligence in your day job, but the thing that made you happy all weekend was, oh, look at the bowl.
And you know what? That never changes. When you make something, I bring it in. What do you think about that, Nicola? What do you think about that? It's partly because I can't see what it looks like, so she can quality control and go like that. And when it's sort of like proof of concept, I'm trying something new. But yeah, it's still like, look, and it's like when Bamba, you know, goes, when you come in from outside and Bamba brings a toy for you. Look, Dad, look what I've got. Look what I've killed. It's almost like that.
Yeah, definitely primal.
Yeah, look at this piece of wood I've just got on the lathe.
So when you're turning, how many Jaffa cakes do you eat?
What?
So there's a lot of stories about me and Jaffa cakes, and unfortunately they're all true. No Jaffa cakes in the workshop, sadly. So there's frequent trips made to the kitchen where they're rationed. They're rationed now down to whatever I go and buy, more or less, because she won't buy any anymore. So I think, I don't know. I think in a Makers International, I think we're a box. Makers International, I think. I think there was one particular, I don't remember. I seem to recall it was either the Flaming Turners live, or it might have been Steve Twydale, where I think I demolished 2 boxes. They're hideously addictive. They're just too small, too soft. Leona doesn't like them, so I mean, if you're listening to Leona, she doesn't like them. Right now, she'll be gagging.
Today, just so I could measure them for something I'm making, Dale. Oh, right.
But yeah, it's become something of a thing, which wasn't intentional. It was just like, what's everyone eating? Oh, I'm having Jaffa cakes, and then it becomes a thing. As these things do.
Bamba's arrived since he's heard us talking about Jaffa cakes.
Oh, they're just the best. They're just the best kind of thing. I remember. I think I owe a whole bunch of people boxes of Jaffa cakes. I think Wayne, the Bigfoot Workshop, he's got a specific order and for a specific kind that I've got to remember when we go up to Harrogate for the show up there. I've got to land them all on him. And Glenn from Yorkshire Grit, he's got an order in too for them. It's become mad. I'm going to be poor by the end of that trip. I can just feel it. Not for buying tools either.
Swing by the Tormex stand and bring a couple of Jaffa cakes.
All right, we've got to sort out you too. Oh God, right. Let me get a list.
I'm only joking. It sounds like you've got Jaffa cake dispensing to do. It's
yeah. Well, Wayne the Woodturner says, I bought you 3 boxes today.
I'm going up north to. My brother's just bought a house up north. I'm going up to help him do some of the electrical work in it, and I promised I'd swing by. That should probably keep me going for about an hour, Wayne. Thank you.
So, we've talked a bit about why do you make. Are there any other elements of making that we've not talked about that sort of why you actually want to make?
I guess, I mean, we come back to that sort of, I mean, it's I don't know. I mean, for me, it's like, I guess like many folks in the community, I think it's like, I need to have achieved something every day. I need to have learned something or made something or it's like some strange addiction, some undiagnosed illness or something, got to do a thing syndrome. I don't know. But if there is, I've definitely got a chronic case. I need to be on lifelong medication of doing stuff, or if I haven't done something before the end of the day or achieved something by the end of the day, even if it's just minor, so I can say that's what I did. And making definitely meets that addiction kind of full on, I guess. It's stood me in good stead in my career. It stood me in good stead, from we built the house, and it's certainly keeping me out of mischief and at the pub at the weekends now, kind of thing, when I'm doing it for this and doing the stuff on Instagram and YouTube. So yeah, definitely. I think that's an answer, is it?
I completely understand that. Yeah.
So obviously, loads of people in the maker community, and I think, there's a lot on the chat tonight. And judging from some of the comments, they know quite a bit about you.
It's all lies. Trust me, it's all lies.
What does the maker community give you? What has changed for you since you became involved?
Mostly stickers. No, seriously. I guess. I mean, I kind of work. As we were talking before we come into the live. Kind of lived around the world a bit. Lived in China and lived in the US for a while. And kind of dotted around the UK. And you never quite put roots down when your kind of work's taking you places. What the hello. This is really good. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mrs. Say hello. Top up. This one might have whiskey. No, we're all good. It's tea.
Listen, Dale. If you want to have a wee dram.
Oh, not right now, kind of thing. I need a stockpile built up for next year. Wayne's coming down to do a show at East Surrey.
Right.
I don't know what the order is. I think you're first, and then it's either the following month or the month after it's Wayne.
Right.
He's coming down. I'm gonna give him the key to the whiskey cabinet, but I'll need to fill it up first, I think. And then I'll need to take it off him the night before he goes to do the demo, just in case.
Yeah, no
I'm not being funny, but I've just got this really nice urge now to go to the shop when this is finished and get half a bottle of whiskey.
Dude, get Talisker, mate. Get Talisker. Single malt. Get a nice 10-year-old or 12-year-old Talisker. Awesome. My favorite. Trust me. Good.
I don't think they sell it at the co-op, but
They will. Trust me. They will.
All right. Okay.
They will. Trust me. It's good stuff. Don't get Johnny Walker, but that's another conversation. Where was it? Yeah. So we never really put down roots. And the maker community is quite cool because it's like all of a sudden you've got this kind of virtual community around about you. Yeah. You're starting to know people and you get to understand what makes them tick. And to be fair, I've never encountered a group of people really outside of IT or outside of the stuff I do digitally that gets that. Exactly right. But yeah, you said that. I didn't. Anyway, that gets that whole I need to make a thing. I need to do a thing. Some folk in the community are just incredible. The talent and the drive to make. And others you just sit in awe of. And then there's other folk who feel kind of like they're on the journey with you. But everybody's so friendly and everybody wants to help and everybody wants to talk to you. And it's like you've moved into a village. It turns out everyone's nice. So I guess that's what the maker community is like. And it doesn't depend where we're living at the time as to or where we are. That's still true.
Yeah. The miles don't matter, do they, when it comes to the maker community? And again, because of social media and the internet and YouTube and things like that, it makes it so accessible for everybody, globally, to make friends and have access to information and help, 24/7. If someone's, catching a few Z's in one time zone, that you can ask someone on the other side of the world that are still up, that's it. It's the beauty of it being global and instant. It's just amazing. Beep, bop, 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 beep, bop, bop.
So, and all thanks to the digital part of what I do for a living. I've got to say this. Hi, Billy. Yeah. So I guess that's that kind of thing. It's all of a sudden you're part of this community or this village that, where everyone's kind of nice and everyone's kind of doing stuff and everyone's quite willing to talk and say hello.
Yeah.
From those that are clearly really doing amazing stuff all the way down to the folks that kind of like where I am, which is, who are really finding their feet and kind of, I'm enjoying this journey that we're on, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
All the time, don't we? It's that common thread that runs through it, and that's what brings everybody together. And it is an amazing community. So do you have anything that you particularly love to make?
Wow. Let's see this. And if we'd have had this conversation before, if we'd have had this conversation in May, I would have said anything in the lathe, hands down, anything in the lathe, or anything to do with the home automation in the house. But I've kind of got into doing scroll saw art a little bit, thanks to the Axminster EX21 behind me. And I'm quite enjoying it. Everything we do on the lathe is, so I kind of like to make practical things. I guess that's one of the kind of drivers. I just kind of think I'm wired away. So, make 4 rice bowls that stack neatly so you can give to someone. Make lampshades or plant pots or things that are practical and useful is kind of one of the drivers. But with the stuff I've been doing on the scroll saw recently, I did some pictures for some folks, and the expression and the enthusiasm. I mean, everyone loves what we do on the lathe, but you don't quite get the here was this 9-year-old kid. If you'd handed a bowl to it, it would have looked, oh wow, this is oh wow, great kind of thing. Gave the kid a picture of Spider-Man, colored and done like the cartoon kind of thing on A3. and the expression on that little girl's face was awesome. It just blew you away. It was just so for that sort of moment, you think this has to be part of the making. So I'm quite enjoying this right now. But I'm quite fickle. I've now got my Coronet Herald, which I got kind of thing, and it's quite sexy. And I mean, I can hear it calling to me from the other side of the room right now. So, yeah, I can see the scroll saw sitting back for a bit.
But this is
but
the
yeah, good. Yeah,
dip into whatever
exactly right.
mood you're in. You can, I'll do a bit of turning today, and then because you've got a new machine, you might I'm inspired and really motivated and fired up to use this new lathe, and then you can go. But I really love that little girl's face when I did that scroll for Spider-Man. And, a bit more of that, and then you go, I might do a bit of flat work today, and actually I might just do some more, like you said, home automation, which sounds really interesting.
The home auto stuff is just freaky. JP's mentioned in the chat kind of thing. The workshop you can talk to, and it turns things on and off, and you can turn all the lights off and shut the workshop down from the house. If you pulled into my driveway, it would identify your number plate and tell me that it was an unknown vehicle in the driveway, and this was the number plate. And it would message me a picture of your car. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Nicola's background is digital, and Nicola's very techie and geeky. But also, what you're saying there, the home automation, that for someone that's blind, and at the very
awesome.
Yeah, the very basics. Obviously we have Amazon Echo Dots and Alexas and Fire TV and laptops and things. But it'd be so cool to go to the next level. Obviously we can't afford it, but
you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised as to how cheap it is to do. There's probably, I mean, the next time we bump into each other at one of the shows, I'll bend your ear for half an hour. But it's really cheap to do. The whole home automation, because I built it myself, was only about £400. Because you know what to buy. You're not just buying the brand, you know what to buy. But from your perspective, Chris, it would tell you if the doors are locked. It would tell you if the lights are on or off. It would tell you if the security alarm's triggered. It monitors the heating. It tells me what's still left on in a workshop and all that kind of good stuff. It's just stupid. It's what happens when you don't have a lathe, right? Once you've got a lathe, it kind of gets ignored.
Sounds incredible. Really
yeah. We see that's right up my street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely. I tell you what, when you're down for the show, get Dave G to bring you guys round. When you're coming down to do the demo, get Dave G to bring you round, kind of thing. You can have a poke at it. Yeah, because we're around the corner. I'm sort of 10 minutes or something from Dave's place.
All right.
Yeah. So we're kind of right on top of where you guys will be. So yes. So what I like to make right now, it's kind of mostly scroll saw, some lathe. But really, the core of that is it useful up until, like I said, recently. So I guess just to make, I think. But right now, the scroll saw stuff is definitely the Christmas present of order. I've got 40 odd people wanting different cartoon characters cut. I couldn't do it if I was working full time between now and Christmas. So a few people are going to be disappointed, I feel.
It's a lot of hard work.
So where do you want to take your making? Sort of what are you thinking of doing next? Where do you want to be in 12 months' time? Do you have any ideas of what you want to do?
Definitely improve my tool craft on the lathe. I made a kind of, having watched Nick Zametti, etc., you wind up buying a pressure pot. And I bought a pressure pot really early and all of this. And the truth is that all it's done is I've lent it out to more people than anything else, because I'm either working and they're great. They're great when your tool craft has reached a certain level. But I think improving my tool craft on the lathe is somewhere I want to be over the next 12 months, continuing to get better and better. I mean, I use carbides and traditional tools, so hashtag traditional carbide, hashtag traditional tools kind of thing. Definitely sitting on the fence on that. Courses for courses kind of thing. But I definitely want to continue to improve my traditional tool craft. It makes such a difference to the finish. It makes such a difference to to what you can do. Kind of still want to try and stay away from resin other than from scroll saw infill and detailing kind of thing. I think. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. I think improve my toolcraft on the lathe would be it. Do more mad things with the scroll saw, but mostly lathe work from improving the toolcraft. Scroll saw, I'm getting there. Well, not a JP, Jamie, are you listening? We're nowhere near in the same ballpark as you, but we're kind of having fun. Yeah.
So, does anybody have any questions for Dale? If you do, pop them in the chat. So we were talking about you being on YouTube. Do you want to grow your channel? Do you want to try and develop that? Because with you being sort of a techie as well, have you got sort of ideas of things you want to do?
So what I want to do, so the recording and the editing, I think I've kind of got all as automated as I can get, kind of thing. Right now there's 8 cameras in here. They all kind of buzz around, and you can just flick over where you want to be and what you want to look at and all this kind of good stuff, and you can put it up and all this kind of stuff, and that's all great. Being bothered to actually film something and then cut it into a video, that's kind of it. I was talking to JP quite recently about trying to do a scroll saw live that's interesting. He does these things all the time, but I thought I might have a crack at it, kind of thing. So something like that, doing some sort of different live. I saw Flaming Turner did one a month or so back. I thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think growing the channel, make more videos but really it's those projects that you want to put up. If that makes sense. You can only turn so many bowls or so many rice bowls. You've then got to get into you're testing your toolcraft out, like making the wands. You do, Chris. It's incredible to watch them just emerge as you're working on them. So that kind of stuff. Grow the channel is much more of a hobby. So yeah, more videos, please, before Christmas, and maybe I have a crack at a scroll saw live or something. I don't know.
Let me just ask you. I saw a question.
None, Stace. No Jaffa cakes are left in the box. They're gone. They were gone before the live came on. There's none left in the house. That was 20.
JP said, "Where does Dale get those awesome cakes from?"
So JP said, so Dave Gunner's, I need to get this one right. Dave Gunner's niece runs a cake company. So we had an open workshop here as part of these returners about 4 weeks ago, something like that, 4 weeks ago. So I ordered some cakes. So Dave G's niece, we ordered some cakes, kind of thing, and we knew that I was going down to see Jamie, so I ordered a few extra. The lady whose name completely escapes me, and I'm sorry, Dave. They're just awesome. These are, make them get you some when you're down, kind of thing. Just tell them, say Dale and Jamie says you have to get us those cakes.
Well, we'll text. I'm going to text him.
I've seen him post pictures. He posts pictures sometimes on his Instagram of cakes, and tags us in.
In fact,
that's the lady. That's the lady.
Ask him where he is as well. He's not on the...
Right, live on air now, people.
Okay.
Tell Dave Gunner, where are our cakes? ?
Your message to Dave Gunner says, "Where are our cakes? Ready to send."
Have you got any other questions you want to ask?
In fact,
all right. Well, you think?
Yeah, I think I have.
Steve Tridell, what would you most like to learn with regards to the lathe, and which lathe edition tools would you like to get?
So what toolcraft I want to perfect is definitely the skew. I want to be much more capable than skew than I am. The skew is one of those tools where I tend to shy away from it a little bit. It's one of those ones where it's one of those ones where things can go wrong real fast with a skew. So just spending time and getting much more comfortable and learning that, I think is a big deal for me. I already use it, but there's a difference. Sure.
Yeah, sorry, Dale. Just before, this might be a text now back from Dave Gunner, but hold on. Just while I think on, when we was in Axminster, Nuneaton, they were playing on the TV before I started my demo. They were playing Axminster YouTube videos, and funnily enough, there was a Colwyn Way YouTube video on.
Oh yeah.
And so Colwyn is Axminster's Colwyn and Jason, they're master turners. Colwyn doing a brilliant YouTube, and it's his signature skew chisel. But I was sat there and listening to it, and it is a great guide to using the skew
really
video. And I was sat there, and I was having 10 minutes out while I had a cup of tea. So Axminster's YouTube channel. Find the Colwyn Way signature skew chisel, and it's a great little video. And I sat there and thought, flipping it, that has just taught me so much about the skew in that 10 minutes. So check that out. You're talking about the skew. Listen to Colwyn Way's little skew chisel video, and it's like, oh my God, it doesn't sound scary at all when you hear how you should be doing it. So
yes.
So check that out, Dale. Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's perfect, but it's exactly that. It's one of those things where it's just one of those tools where things go wrong real fast, and you can kind of, if you and spending more time on traditional tools rather than the carbides. There's a definite place for carbides when you're doing resin work or plywood work. But I like the finish I get from traditional tools. So just tool craft reason. In terms of buying tools, I don't know. Probably, I don't know. Anytime I walk into Axminster, I definitely walk away with something. But
so it's definitely a skew chisel and
stuff. Just buy stuff.
Blind the Woodturner says, if you have time, he'll do the skew with you.
Awesome. No worries. Then I'll bring the Jaffa cakes.
Scarps, the Blue Light Turner said, does your club allow visitors when you have demonstrators?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely does. Absolutely does. Okay. We've got some good stuff. We've got Mr. Farini down on the 19th. And some really awesome. There's a really, really awesome lineup, including yourselves, obviously, for next year. We've obviously got Wayne and some real talent coming down. But so please come along, come and visit. East Surrey Woodturners. We're a very helpful bunch of guys and girls. The tea's great. It's not hard to find, and it's not really in that far into Croydon, so you're kind of all right.
Yeah, what was it? The Selsdon Park
Hotel. Literally
right
down.
Right. So I've had
well, Dave G's in the chat now.
All right, hi Dave. But I've just got your text, and the text says
messages 3 minutes ago. Dave Gunner, was I supposed to be sending you some lol?
Dave, the question was, where did I get the cakes that we had for the open workshop and that I took down to JP? So where's I've forgotten the name. I think is it your niece or your niece or a relation that has the cake thing? I can't remember. I've lost her details.
But don't worry, Dave. You did not promise us any cakes. We were just
you are now
jumping on the cake bandwagon when Dale started telling us about it. So no, you haven't forgotten our cakes. We were just ribbing you, my friend. Yeah, but we hope you're well. And where's our cakes?
She's like, it's like his adopted daughter. That was the relationship. Sorry. Yes.
So it's at LaborG on Instagram. LABRG.
Okay.
They are amazing kind of things. So I mean, I took a box of them down to a house full of diabetics, which I didn't know until I'd taken them down. Everyone survived, as far as I can tell.
That's hilarious.
That's cool. Well, anyway, she's in Japan for 3 weeks. She does postal boxes. Steve Twidell said, "Does your club do creative van visits?"
Can certainly ask.
Yeah.
Can certainly ask. I don't see why not. We've got a we're outside a scout hut kind of thing, so yeah, don't see why not.
Yeah, that's cool. So, have you got any questions?
Have I any questions? Yes, if you could, talking about lathes and small saws, have you got one piece of kit for the workshop that you have not yet got, but you aspire to own one day, regardless of cost?
So, in a previous life around kind of 2000, I used to do, I wrote some software to analyze some routing machines and some automated drilling machines. So these are CNC, okay, so CNC routing, CNC work. I suspect, I'm trying really hard. There's a day coming where I build myself a CNC. I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to make it. I'll probably run it. There's a good bunch of videos, but I'll probably make. So but there's a certain cop out to that, I think, because although they're awesome and they're great and they do amazing things, they're kind of stepping back into that digital world where you can poke at it and tweak it and muck around with it, and so yeah, so there's a yes and a no. So probably that at some point, but I'm going to try and resist turning to the dark side for as long as I possibly can on that one. But yeah, definitely that. And everything else is just for the sake of it, buying better versions, I guess, of what I've got. Where it's like, I could change my chop saw, I could buy a better bandsaw. I think the coronet's probably it for me, to be fair, with lathes. But yeah, no. So probably that would be about it. I think CNC would be where I would wind up.
Yeah.
But I don't really want to. That's kind of where we're at.
Cool.
So, tell us where we can. Oh no, we've not done. There's the.
What do people?
Yeah. What does the maker community not know about you?
Oh, there's a loaded question. So I guess everybody knows about I like Jaffa cakes, so probably not that. What don't they know? I might interpret that question as what might they find interesting or funny. You know what I mean? So my maternal grandfather's Irish. No, that doesn't count. So I built it. So I don't know. I agonized over this question. I really did. I wrote about 4 answers down. I wanted to tell people I built a car once, I built a Caterham 7 once. I wanted to tell folks about a bunch of things. I guess it's. I reckon I suffer from false laziness, so that's probably why I'm not going to answer this question. It's kind of, I like to pretend that the reason I've spent 4 or 5 weeks doing something is to save those 3 or 4 minutes. Spend weeks working out how to make it do something. So what does the community know? I guess it's that kind of thing. I'm more likely to spend 4 weeks saving you 3 minutes than anything else. I guess that's it. And my grandfather's Irish kind of thing, and I've got a fetish for Jaffa cakes.
Yeah, just slightly.
Wow. So where can people find you online?
So it's YouTube / Maple Tree Studios. On Instagram, it's Instagram / Maple Tree Studios. They can track me down on Twitter. I think we've got some stuff on Reddit. We've got some stuff on Pinterest too. Pretty much all the same. Hunt for Maple Tree Studios, I guess, and you'll probably find us. There's no website. I feel that's something I'm going to avoid like the plague for as long as I can.
But you know a man that could do one.
Yeah,
I'm aware. I know a chap. I know a chap. I know a chap.
It's always good when you know somebody.
There's this bloke wearing his hat the wrong way. There's this bloke with a tweed hat. He wears it the wrong way. He can do it.
Yeah, it's really handy having a geek in the house.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
I know what it's like.
that's been absolutely great. It's been really interesting.
Really great to chat with you guys.
Really
Thank you so much.
Dale, I really love your energy and your bubbly attitude. It's it's wonderful to hear you talk and be so energetic and enthusiastic about everything. That might just be the sugar rush. Who knows?
You're probably right. You're probably right.
Yeah, it might be the orange, but it's just amazing to hear you just talking.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me on. Thank you so much for putting up with the rubbish I've been talking, kind of thing. It's been great.
It's been great. It's been really, really interesting chatting with you. As we always say, we sort of carry on and waffle on about what we've done next. You're very welcome to stay with us.
I'll loiter on the edge if that's okay.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. It might just be worth muting yourself at your end if that's okay, but chip in whenever you want. That's absolutely fine. But thank you so much for being our guest today on Making.
Thank you so much. Thanks for everybody who's in the chat too. Cheers.
Pleasure having you. Thank you.
Thanks, Dale. So,
well, that was cool.
That was very cool.
Yeah, that was very cool. So yeah, there's the wonderful Dale.
Yeah.
Beep, bop, beep, bop, 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 bop. What are you laughing at?
He's just sort of going like, no, when you said wonderful Dale.
All right. Oh well. Oh yeah. Well, he's not then. No.
So we've got all sorts of people in the chat. Good chat. Great show, Dave the Wood Barber. Christine and Michael Hessetine, great seeing and hearing you, Dale. Awesome job, Dale. Steve Twidale. There's Sneaks Wall Art. Thanks, Dale. There was another name, Ed Warhurst.
Right.
Not a name I know, but welcome.
Yeah, welcome, Ed. Yeah.
Jen's Woodworking and Things, Brett Cunningham, Billy Burt.
Well.
So yeah,
thank
Dave
you so
G
very
Designs.
Oh yeah, Dave Gunner was our cakes. So that was really cool. And Dave is not Dave. Dale is hanging around on the periphery. So yes, if you've got any more questions, fire them out, and we can ask Dale to unmute himself. But right, so what have we been up to?
Can I talk about my pen?
Oh yeah, talk about your pen.
So we went to Nuneaton at the weekend, and there were a number of people came, weren't there, that we know. But one of them was Wagger Potter. I'm sure some of you know Wagger. And he has made me this pen. It's a fountain pen.
I'm just thinking.
It's we're good. We're good.
Can you see it really well? How about if I put some lights on it?
Is that better? Yeah. So it's a Taylor's Murfield. I think, is it a Sigma, this one?
It could be, yeah.
I think it might be a Sigma. But what he's done, he's taken lots and lots of watch parts and he's polished them all. He's set them in resin, but he's also, you can see there's pink in there. And there's also some glittery stuff from, was it Mr. Resin Blanks?
I don't know. I didn't catch all of the conversation.
So it took him about 3 days to make that.
And didn't he airbrush through some lace?
Silk, through some silk.
Through some silk as a stencil.
Yeah.
Countless minutes into that pen. So Nicola loves it. So thank you so
it's really nice. So thank you very much, Wagger, for that.
Yeah. So if you don't know, Wagger is the guy that makes my custom tools, and he is supremely talented. He makes so many different things. He's machinist, woodturner. The guy is incredibly talented, but so humble. He just does what he does, and he's a great dad, and he's got lots of lovely kids and grandkids. So Nicola loves the pen.
It's really, really lovely, and also it's kind of the whole steampunk thing that we had for our wedding. But it's got this sort of glitter in it. I'm sure it's Mr. Resin Blanks? It's something like that.
Is it like mica? Something like
that.
Yeah,
and it's very subtle, but you just get these little flashes of blue when the light catches it. It's it's really nice. So we went to Nuneaton, and yes, Leona, that was where you got your lathe.
So
that's the flagship Axminster store,
it's the
isn't
largest Axminster store, and the demonstration was brilliant, wasn't it? It was a full house, and they said the turnout was amazing, and they had to get extra chairs.
Yeah.
The turnout was really, really amazing. So thank you.
And
everybody.
We had a lot of people from Coombe Abbey Woodturning Club came.
I'd done a demo at Coombe Abbey, and Eric, who'd had a knee replacement the week before.
And his wife came.
So that was really cool. So no, it was a great demo. I did 3 pieces. The first piece because it's near Halloween and getting near Christmas, I did another magic wand. So I just did a lot of spindle turning on that with the spindle gouge, and did a couple of beads on it, and did the business end of the wand. I power carved again to make it feel gnarly, and did some texturing with the spiraling and texturing tool on the handle, and then coloured it. So that was the start off, some spindle turning, and then I did a power carved and textured bowl, and I used the chestnut iridescent paints, but I asked the audience to select the colours, and then using the dry brushing technique, I blended them in because my airbrush went on the fritz, and I've since chucked it in the bin because it's it's gone. I've had it for years and years, that airbrush. I used to use it a lot for doing my Halloween stuff, but it's packed in, so we've ordered a new airbrush. But anyhow, 3 colours. So it ended up looking underneath a bit like a variegated leaf, like you get on a begonia or something like that. And I did, the power carving, rather than just going from the outside edge to the side of the foot, I was doing a more sort of like diagonal, curvy, almost a snake line, wasn't that? And you said it looked really cool.
It did look nice.
So that was the second thing, and then the third one was I did a spalted beech lidded box. I got 3 projects done. It was pretty much bang on time, wasn't it? I think I went about 5 minutes over. So that was cool. So, and it's relatively short journey home as well. It seems like walking distance now to Nuneaton after doing Devon and Sittingbourne, and it felt like quite a short trip. So that was a really cool.
And we had a really good burger, didn't we, at the Beefeater on the Friday night?
It's not a Beefeater, that is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, maybe that's so.
Yeah, it was really good.
Why have I got a chef and brewer in my head? What's that from?
It's a Beefeater because they've got those plates on the wall. Those sort of ovalish.
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, it's a Beefeater.
I don't even know we've got a clock in this room that we've had for 4 years. What chance have you got with some plates in a restaurant? I can remember. So anyway, it's a beautiful burger. Yeah. So if you're down in visiting the Nuneaton store, there's a great Premier Inn just literally 1 minute away. And the restaurant, it's good quality.
It is very good.
So what else has happened?
I went to see Downton Abbey.
Oh yeah, the film Downton Abbey. You liked it, didn't you?
That was good. Not for everybody, but if you like Downton Abbey, it's worth watching. It was typical Downton, and really they were kind of just tying up a lot of loose ends. So it was it was kind of more that really. But it was just enjoying a bit of a chill out on an afternoon and watching that.
Yeah, so if you're into your Downton Abbey, go and check it out. You'd recommend it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, if you like Downton Abbey.
I don't mind the TV series, but I'd probably might be a bit much, 2-hour film.
Yeah.
But I don't mind the series, but it's not something I've listened to for quite a while, is it? Well, we went through quite a lot of it, didn't we, together? Yeah, it's okay. I do like a period drama.
Lady Grantham, old Lady Grantham, she had all the best one-liners.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, she had some cracking one-liners.
Yeah.
So I went there. We took Bamber to the vet, didn't we? Because
he's had a little sore on his elbow.
Yeah.
And it's nothing more than a little sort of like friction sore, quite common with German Shepherds, apparently. So we've got some steroidal cream, and it has dried up a treat.
It's looking a lot better.
Yeah.
You did some filming with Matthew this week. What did you film this week?
Well, the first video was last week. Rich, the Beard Times 16.
Yeah.
He said, do a video explaining how you do what you do. So it was that really. Saying, how I line the camera up with a piece of string when I'm doing it on my own, and my thought processes, and how I listen to things, and how I feel things, and how awkward some things can be, and how I use the tech, some of my go-to items in the workshop. So it was a video all about that. Really, it was sort of like a request to do that. But people have asked me in the past, that'd make an interesting video. How are you able to do what you do? So we did, and then after that we did another Maker Mini video of a cool little tool I've got. I don't want to tell too much about that because it's quite a nice little tool, and it's like, oh yeah, that's cool. So I got a little gadget that it was one of those gadgets, again, not intended for the blind or visually impaired. It's intended for, let's say just general makers. I found out about it, bought one, and it's flipping amazing. I love it, and it's so simple. But yeah, we did a Maker Mini video on that. So that was awesome. What else has been happening? Oh yeah, I've completed 9 magic wands for Horton Tower.
Yeah, and we're going to deliver those this week, aren't we?
We're going Thursday.
Yeah.
So 9 magic wands for Horton Tower, and we've got some other pieces to take for the gift shop there. Like we said, new and improved gift shop there and ticket office.
Yeah.
So they're excited. I was tagging them in the tweets when I was turning them, and they've all come out really, really well. Magic wands are a good skill builder. Like, Dale's after, getting his skills up with bevel contacts with spindle gouges and skew chisels. Magic wands are a great skill builder, for doing little beads and things like that. And you can also do a bit of power carving and things like that. So that was good. I'm going to have a bit of a guide dog rant, if I may.
All right, okay. That's not like you.
No. Another instance of us being sort of like checked when we went into a place. I'm talking about Burkacre.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah, so one of our local garden centres, it's just had recently it's had a facelifted restaurant and cafe, and Nicola loves it, and spent a lot of money at it, spent a lot of money on it. And Nicola said, because we'd been out and we were in the middle of doing something, so he said, let's call in and have a brew at Burkacre. So we did. And we went in, and Nicola said, where do you want to sit? And she said, it's sort of like this little elevated seating area. And you said, they've got some comfy sofas and chairs here. So I went, oh yeah, that sounds good, because
we were just having a cup of tea. Well, you were having a tea. I was having
a
latte.
I've got this bone disease in my legs and in my knees. So if I sit for too long on a chair that isn't right for me, my legs and pelvis go numb. I have very bad circulation in my legs, and I've had multiple knee surgeries and broke my knees and the bones many times. So yeah, I like a comfy seat that's at the right height as well. That can be as critical as just something comfortable. And as soon as we'd gone onto this sort of like raised area going towards these sofas, this woman, and I could feel her walking by the side and hear her, and she said, there's a designated doggy area over there. Now, what pisses me off is, the lack of education these people have regarding guide dogs. Don't see that as a dog. See that as a part of me. And that's the trick. You've got a blind guy there that was going to sit where he wanted to with his wife for a cup of tea. and they're seeing dog, dog, dog. Put him in that corner right over there where all the other little doggies go. And I just wish they would get educated and do not see the guide dog. It's not about the guide dog. It's about the person that's disabled. And I will sit where I want to sit. They want to shove me where they want to shove me because I've got a dog. And it did wind us up a bit, didn't it? You know, and
yeah, we talked about it for about 10 minutes, didn't we?
Yeah. And it's just like, you know, no, I want to sit here because these seats are comfy and they're good for my legs. End of. You know, don't be trying to, you know, shove us in the part of the cafe, which is, you know, right over there on these hard chairs with hard tables, you know, just because that's where the rest of the dogs go. Bamba isn't like the rest of the dogs. Legally, he's classed as part of me. And they don't know when they're coming up with these, you know, uneducated statements like that. You know, they're walking a very fine line, you know, of completely flaunting the Equality and Disability Acts, you know.
Well, they don't. I don't think a lot of these places actually appreciate that there is any legislation. They've not been made aware of it.
I know, and why not?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's another thing altogether. But a lot of people have, well, I suppose they have no idea of what goes into having a guide dog, and the fact that, you know, to take a guide dog out, you have to have insurance as well through guide dogs to be able to go out with a guide dog. So if anything ever happened, you know, say Bamba, which he wouldn't do, but, you know, say Bamba caused an accident with somebody or something, then there's insurance to cover that. And, you know, you've got your doggy passport. You've got all those things that go with it. But I mean, until, you know, I met you and you got Bamba, there was a lot I wasn't aware of. And I suppose, you know, it's natural that people wouldn't be aware of it. But
if you're in the hospitality industry,
you should be. Yeah, you should.
If you're in the hospitality industry and, you know you're going to get, you know, customers with various disabilities, you should be aware of the fact that guide dogs should never, ever be questioned. The guide dog owner should never, ever be questioned. They're allowed wherever they want.
Well, as I said to you, it'd be like saying to someone in a wheelchair, can you
clean your wheels?
Well, clean your wheels or go and sit in the wheelchair zone.
Yeah, imagine the fracas that happened with that.
Yeah.
You know, and this is what I am going to say. The next time I am checked about it, I'm going to say, would you ask a wheelchair user, you know, because the reason why they're not happy about a dog is they're thinking the cleanliness. You know, Bamba is spotless. You know, there is no expense spared when it comes to caring for a guide dog. You know, and yeah, it's like if you're gonna worry about, you know, the hygiene of a dog, why don't you worry about the hygiene of a wheelchair? Because that's going through the same stuff as what, you know, the guide dog is.
Yeah,
going along the pavement.
People's feet as well. You know, everybody's feet are going through the stuff.
Yeah, this is it. Everyone's walking through all sorts of stuff on the pavement.
What did Steve Tridell said? Should have told her there is a designated area for folk like her in the middle of the M1.
Yeah.
T plus G making say Bamba has insurance. That is useful, especially if he's driving on the wrong side of the road.
Well, it takes me where I need to go.
Yeah. I mean, it's amazing. You know what's involved in having a guide dog, and
well, you've got, you know, the training of the dog. You've got the training of the new owner.
Yeah.
You know, my training took a month.
Yeah.
You know, and it is intense. You know, there's so much to learn. You know, your dog is monitored and has, you know, aftercare visits, you know, whatever treatment he needs from the vet. These dogs are, you know, there are cases where, you know, guide dogs say, that's it, I'm fed up with this job, and they just stop wanting to work.
Yeah.
But, you know, their temperaments are so, you know, even, you know, and people, you know, need to just be made aware of how special a guide dog is.
Yeah.
The level of advanced elite training a guide dog goes through. My guide dog instructor, Alison, you know, that was a 3-year university course she did to become a guide dog instructor. You know, and it's really involved, and people just need to know that guide dogs are something special. And anyway, they're protected by, you know, by law. So yeah, stop seeing. Yeah, anyone's listening, and you're not sure of the guide dog laws. Yeah, just see it as part of the blind person, part of them. So just let them go about their business without any, you know, hassle, please.
So, anything else we've done this week?
I've been schlepping around today, haven't we? So, well, Sunday was obviously unpacking the car and all that sort of malarkey, and then I was wrestling to get my airbrush working and everything, and I even put a new tip and needle in it, and it just wasn't. So I've had it a long time. So yeah, we've ordered a new one.
Yeah, should be here tomorrow.
I thought it said Thursday.
Did I say Thursday?
Yeah.
Oh, it might be Thursday then.
So that'd be quite cool. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, really. We've had sort of a busy week, but...
Oh, Wagger's on now. You should have been on earlier.
Oh, Wagger, we've been singing your praises, bro.
I can't get it in the screen. Hang on. It's very hard doing it. Look. Beautiful pen.
It's a pretty pen. Yeah, so Nicola's described it to me in detail now, Wagger. So yeah, it does sound pretty special, pal. So thanks.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you, Wagger.
Yeah, and it's Pam's birthday tomorrow.
Yes. So happy birthday to Pam.
Yeah, Wagger's wife. Tomorrow. But yeah, happy birthday for tomorrow, Pam. Hope you have a great day.
So, are we going to do Gate Crasher?
Yeah, we're going to do a gate crash.
Does anybody want to gate crash?
Please, somebody gate crash.
Yeah. Don't dilly dally. Just go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, come and have a bit of time with us, and you can get something off your chest if you want to, or tell us what you've been up to. That'd be pretty awesome.
Oh, JP says we are selling tickets on the podcast website. £1 for a square. £1 equals 1 square equals 1 entry to win. £5 equal 5 squares equals 5 entries to win, etc. 1 entry to make a quilt. All proceeds go to guide dogs. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, cool. Cheers, Jamie.
If you don't know, the training and support of a guide dog for its lifetime is £57,000. So yeah, it's it does take a bit of time, of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money to get a guide dog up and running and supported throughout.
The Flaming Turner says, yeah, he knows the feeling trying to get a pen in shot. Well, you're trying. Oh, actually, I've just done it really well there. But
right, cool.
you're trying to sort of, you end up going that way or this way, and yeah, it's not easy. Actually, it's easy with my left hand for some reason. Doing it right-handed is a lot harder. Steve says, happy birthday, Chris. So
happy birthday, Steve. It nearly is.
Ed Warhurst says, what is the situation with flying? Are you able to bring guide dogs on planes?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Is the short answer.
Well, who was that lady in, was it Isle of Man? There was one of your, she was in the Isle of Man and they took the guide dog
on the plane.
Yeah, and they did some test flights with it, didn't they?
Yeah, because it was a bit of an anxious flyer. But regarding the law, you know, a guide dog is allowed to fly and go in the cabin because, again, it's classed as legally, it's classed as part of that person. You know, when I'm out with Bamba, Bamba is my eyes. So, yeah, no, they're allowed on planes and they'll sit, you know, at your feet in the cabin and just enjoy the ride.
Yeah. So JP says it's makersinternationalpodcast.com. For that's, I mean, yeah, for the selling the tickets on the podcast.
All right, okay.
So Wayne, are you saying that you want to gate crash? That'd be good. Is there anybody else who's not gate crashed yet as well, who might like to do it? Last chance saloon.
Which Wayne is it?
Wayne the Woodturner.
All right, okay.
Let me just get the link. Okay, so right. Well, I'll put the link in. So Wayne the Woodturner and the Flaming Turner, if you want to come on, and then I shall add you into the podcast.
And Dale is
and
still...
Dale, do you want to come back in?
Yeah, I was going to say, and Dale's still around, isn't he?
I'll start pointing at me from behind. Yeah.
So we're gonna have 4.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah. So we're just waiting for these 2 guys to come in. They've got the link, so they've not popped in just yet.
2034.
So just talk amongst yourselves, because this is a podcast, and if we don't talk, then when it goes out on audio, it'll just be silent.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, yeah, we don't want any dead air, so we're just talking.
Hi,
Hello.
how are you?
Hello.
Hello. Right, yeah, it's going to be me and an extra one, as I'm not being left
Monkey.
out.
Hello, monkey.
Right, get that out your mouth. Hello.
Phone to you.
Sorry about that.
So what have you been up to recently?
Pens.
Pens.
I've just done a live Saturday where I did a letter opener and a pen, and I've kind of fell in love with the letter opener.
Oh.
It's not going anywhere now. I was going to put it on my Etsy store, but I've decided to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. We did quite well. I have done quite a few letter openers, haven't I? But
yeah.
I mean, any part of wood turning is fun, but it's like there's so many kits out there and things. You've never run out of stuff to do and little projects like that. It's amazing.
But I did find funny because I wasn't telling anybody what it was, and the amount of people guesses that I had, I looked at it.
Low brush. It was a low brush. It was a low brush.
There's more projects in the line now in the queue because of all the things that people were sharing tonight. It was like, oh, I ain't done that. I ain't done that one. I ain't done that one. So there's a lot more now that I've got to order.
It's a glow in the dark blue brush holder. That's what it was. You changed it at the last minute. You changed it to a letter opener at the last minute.
Dale says, "What's a letter?" Well, I love writing. Yeah, I'm always writing stuff, and I still handwrite a lot of letters. Although these days there are fewer people to actually send letters to, because I used to write loads and loads when I was younger, but people just don't do it as much.
Yeah, so more people get writing letters so Nick can make more letter openers.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
The only letters we get is bills. So
Who's Bill?
So Wayne, what have you been up to this week?
Well, last week I had a demo on Thursday.
Oh right, where was that?
That was fairly close. It was only about 16 miles up the road. A small village called Beatic. It was a good turnout.
Yeah.
Good.
For a small club. And I've basically just been getting stock together. For a couple of fairs and for a couple of shops. I've got a live coming up on Wednesday. I'm getting more. I'm getting more. I'm getting a few more demos. I've got another one up north of Glasgow in November.
Right.
Just waiting to confirm a couple others, and obviously, like Dale said earlier on, I'm away down to Surrey next June, which should be a brilliant time because I'm planning on a bit of a road trip as well to see other people down south.
Just doing the podcast.
So hopefully I can catch up with folk down there.
Yeah, that'll be
It's
cool.
alright.
Are you at
I'll call you
Harrogate? Have I
back in
asked you
10
that?
minutes.
Yes, I am at Harrogate. I'll be with Glyn
Yes.
on the Yorkshire Grit stand. That is stand, if you don't know, it's stand 68B. As you go in the main entrance, turn right. We're just up there on the left-hand side.
Cool.
And I'm there for the full 3 days.
Right, cool.
Apparently you have to do this. I just need to do
So
something.
the demo you just recently did, Wayne, what was your projects when you did that?
I did I don't know if you, well, stupid thing. I nearly said something totally stupid there.
I don't know if you've...
Nicola,
Yeah.
Nicola, I don't know if you saw the tiger stripe bowl that I just put out.
No.
Right, okay. I've put photos up. I did a tiger stripe sort of dish using colouring with the Hampshire Sheen intrinsic colours. I did a very similar one at the demo, which went down really well. And the club have actually been invited to put some produce in for a Christmas fair in Moffat, which is about 20 miles north of Dumfries. So I've donated the bowl for them to put in for the Christmas fair because they're going to be raising funds for charity.
Cool.
So the thing that I completed on the demo is going in for charity.
Cool.
I once got thrown out of a pub in Moffat, but that's a story for another time.
Probably because you're eating too much Moffat toffee deal.
I don't know what that's for, but I'm doing it anyway.
Question for Nick, actually. This has been on my mind for a while. How did you get on with your egg cups, mate?
That's been put on hold for a bit.
All right, okay.
That was a big order, wasn't it?
What, sorry?
It was a big order.
Yeah, I had a problem with sourcing the wood.
Right, okay.
So I've literally had to tell them that I've got to put it on hold until I can get the proper wood and the proper sizes and stuff. And they've totally come out and said, yeah, that's... Stop. They said that's fine. As soon as you've got it in, then let us know. So
yeah,
it's still there on the back burner. I've just got to look for some decent wood to be able to do it.
Cool.
So.
Well, I think that's bringing the podcast to a close, really. It's nearly 8:45.
Yeah, so. Very quickly, is anybody else, just in the last couple of minutes, anybody got anything they just want to round off with? In fact, we'll just quickly go to each of them. We'll start with Dale, who was our special guest tonight. Dale, anything you want to say? Any comments or ideas? Or
it wasn't me. Nobody saw me do it. You can't prove anything. I think I'll leave it like that.
Love it. Let's then go to Nick. Anything, mate? Anything you just want to say to finish off there, pal?
More Jaffa cakes. Hold on. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but hi, Bailey.
Hi, Bailey.
Why am I doing this?
Oh, it's a long story. You missed the exclamation mark.
I don't even know what you're doing. So, and while you're doing that, yeah, Mr. Wayne, what do you want to close off with, sir?
Right, carry on making the fruit for the Creative Van auction.
Yeah.
Get in touch with me, Leona, or Steve for where to send the fruit and veg to, and hopefully it's going to make lots of money for the Creative Van.
Excellent.
Wonderful.
Excellent.
Yeah, worthy cause. Right, yeah, in fact, I've got a piece of fruit in mind, mate, so I am definitely doing something. So, yeah, I've got it in my mind, what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it, and I can't wait to do it. So, Yeah, I'm in. I'm on board, pal. So
do Jaffa cakes count as fruit?
Orange.
Yeah.
And then cake or a biscuit. That's the question.
We know it's a
You
cake.
turn one deal, we'll add it in.
Yeah, we know biscuits go soft when they're stale.
Yeah, and cake goes hard.
Cakes go hard and Jaffa cakes go hard, so it is recognised as a real cake. There you go.
Party 5 a day. That's what I tell the wife. It's party of 5.
What, 5 boxes?
Yeah, 5 boxes.
Thank you all very much for joining us. Thank you, Wayne, and thank you, Nick, for gate crashing. And thank you to
guys.
our Make a Monday guest, Dale from Maple Tree Studios.
Thank you so much for having us.
With us earlier.
Yeah, thank you so very much, everybody.
And thank you to everybody in the chat, everybody who's been listening and commenting. And we hope you'll join us again next week.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe both to this channel, of course, and my channel, and the people that are here now on screen. Don't forget to subscribe to them. All you in the chat, subscribe to each other, spread it all around. Let's make everyone happy. Let's make everyone aware of what we do and how amazing we all are as individuals. So with that being said, we're out of here.
Bye, everybody.
Night,
Bye,
night.
Billy. Hi, Billy.